Hello, everyone, and welcome to my electronic scoreboard for my custom homegrown version of APBA Football. It uses my homemade cards and my single uh, chart, results chart for all the plays are contained right here. And so anyway, this is my version of playing APBA Football. We have today the 1976 Colts against the 1990 Buffalo Bills as part of my NFL 20th Century project. We're in week 3, and so far we're into the third quarter. The Colts, by virtue of 2 early touchdowns by Raymond Chester, 33-yard pass from Burt Jones, and a Lydell Mitchell 6-yard TD run. And actually, that was actually in the second quarter. They have a 14-13 lead over the 1990 Bills. Despite the 17 first downs for the Bills, they still trail 14-13. They have a touchdown and 2 field goals. And the Colts have 6 first downs thus far. So their offense has been sluggish, but they got those 2 touchdowns in the first quarter and early second quarter. The Bills are driving, though. They're down to the Colts 11 here in the third quarter with 9 minutes remaining. And so let's see how this goes. We have a 2nd and 2 from the Colts 11. And here we go. Thurman Thomas with an 11. Wow, there you go. That's a 15. And that'll be 16 yards. So the defense for the Colts still has 2 negative yards remaining to take off run gains, but since this is a 16, we'll take it down to 14, and that'll still be an 11-yard TD run for Thurman Thomas. So 11 yards and a TD for Thurman Thomas. And let me record that. Give them their touchdown, by the way. Check the extra point in a minute. They've pretty much contained 11-yard TD. They've pretty much contained Thurman Thomas up until now. And you can see he didn't have many yards before that one. He just got 11, so he only had 6 yards. So he wasn't doing so good. He wasn't getting any rolls, so that was the first good roll, decent roll he's gotten. So here's the extra point, and it is a 20. We'll check it over here, and that is good. And so we'll reset the ball. Whoop. And do the kickoff. So the Bills have a 20-14 lead. The kickoff by Scott Norwood is a 5, and that'll put it on the 3. And Colts will do their return with a 22. This ought to be good. 10, and that's a 23-yard return. Colts have 1st and 10, now trailing 20-14. Lydell Mitchell with a 12 is a 32 outside run, and that'll be 0. You can see the Bills defense here. It resets every change of possession. So every series it resets. The Bills are -6 on the pass defense and a 0 on run defense. So for plays of 1 to 5 yards, we'll be subtracting 1 yard as long as they still have defense impact points remaining. And for passes of over 5 yards, we'll be subtracting 2 yards. So again, this was a 32 outside run. That's 0 for Lydell Mitchell. Brings up 2nd and 10. Burt Jones is trying to go short pass to Glenn Dowdy on a 23. That's a possible sack. He's already been sacked 3 times. And the way I do sacks is just like interceptions. We look at the sack card. 24, we're looking at sack number 10 on their defense card. The first 4 would go to Leon Seals. 5 through 9 would go to Jeff Wright, and the next 19 go to Bruce Smith. So that is a sack by Bruce Smith. Keeping track of those right here on the recap sheet. That's his 2nd sack of the game. So that's another sack and a -4 for Burt Jones. 3rd and 14. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Ugly rolls. That's another sack. Bring up the sack card. This time we're looking for sack 11. That'll be Bruce Smith again. Wow. Terrorizing the Colts backfield. His 3rd sack of the game. Getting ugly here. So that'll be a sack and -4. So they'll be punting, obviously. David Lee, the 6 on the punt is his average, and that'll be a 40-yard punt. And the return is a 56 by Al Edwards. His average return is 6.6, 56, and 27. That'll be a fair catch. So we'll go ahead and run our play. Thurman Thomas with a 33. All right, he's getting some rolls now. So that's a 16-yard pickup. And you can see the Colts defense is +6 on pass defense, so we add yards, and -6 on run defense. So this was a 16-yard pickup. We'll subtract 2, so give 14 to Thurman Thomas on that pickup. 1st down. And into Colts territory already. Jim Kelly with a 22. It's looking good. 6 short is 12. We'll add 2 for the A receivers, 14. And 2 because of the pass defense. So 16-yard throw to James Lofton. Getting ugly real quick. 32 inside run for Thomas. That's a 1. -1. That's a 0 net. 2nd and 10. 36 is a 20 on the inside, and that's a 4. -1 is 3. So we have a 3rd and 7. Jim Kelly's looking short pass for Don Beebe, and that's a 15. Short pass is a 4. -1 for being a C. So that's a 3, and +1 back to 4 to Don Beebe. 4th and 3, so we'll be doing a field goal over 16 yards. Cannot go over his long, of course, 48, so we're nowhere near that. So this is a 21, 28, 38-yarder, an 11, and that will be good. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry. 11 is a 17, and a 17 is good. So we'll give him 3. And register another field goal for Scott Norwood. But I say 38-yard field goal. And we'll reset the ball and do the kickoff. And the kickoff is a 20, and that'll be down to the 6. And the return by Howard Stevens. His long return is 83, and it'll be 20. That's a 20-yard return. 1st and 10 for the Colts, which find themselves really struggling to stay in this game at this point. And that's Burt Jones 15 on the short pass, and that's a gain of 4, +2 for Roger Carr's A. That's a 6, and -2 because of the defense. So we're back to 4 to Roger Carr. Bring up 2nd and 6. Burt Jones with a 26. That's a 17 on a medium pass. That'll be incomplete. Bringing up 3rd and 6. Hand off to Lydell Mitchell. A 26 on the inside run. That won't do it. That'll be 2 for Lydell. And sets up another punt for the Colts. And an 8 will be his average +5. His average is 40, so a 45-yard punt. And return by Al Edwards is a 17. And that's a +16. 16 + 7 is 23. Setting up good field position for the Bills. Again, 56 for Thurman Thomas is a 19 on the outside run. That's 4 -1 is 3 net. 2nd and 7. Kenneth Davis gets an 11. That's 15. 16-yarder. -2 will give him 14. And another first down for the Bills. They're really starting to take it to them now. 53 is a 7 for Thurman Thomas. On an inside run, that's 2. -1 is 1. 2nd and 9. 43. That's a 29 inside, -1. 3rd and 10. Oh, an 11. That's a 2. Andre Reed, his long is 56, so that won't be a problem. 2 on the short is 40, and that'll be enough for a touchdown. So 40 plus 2 for the 8's 42, 43, 44. So it's a 37-yard touchdown pass from Jim Kelly to Andre Reed. Wow. And this one is officially blown open. So Andre Reed, 37-yard TD pass from Jim Kelly. Wow. It took the Bills a while to get ahead even, but now it seems to be a blowout. The extra point is a 64, and that's a 5, and that's good. So we'll have the kickoff, and it's a 20. And I'll send it down to the 6-yard line. And the return by the Colts on a 26 is 19. That's a 25-yard return. And Don McCauley gets the call with a 56-19 outside run. That's a 4. And I'm going to throw the Colts into passing offense at this point. Gonna run that play again. Here we go. Want to get them in the passing mode a little bit. 15 on a medium, incomplete. 3rd and 6. 63 is a 29, and here's another sack. 44 is 22. That's going to be Bruce Smith. Obviously. Wow. Killing them. This is ugly. Great game for Bruce Smith. He is dominating that line. So that's another sack, the 6th of the game. This one's a medium, so it's a -6. So there's another punt. David Lee's been busy today. That's a 4 plus 15. That'll be a 55-yarder. Hopefully that'll help them a little bit. We're into the 4th quarter. It looks like 33 on the punt return. Wow. And that is a 15. And that's plus 40. 40 plus 7 is 47 on the punt return. Wow. I'm going to put them into a rushing mode at this point. Oh. Jim Kelly, 61, 15 on the short pass is a 4. Kenneth Davis's C brings it down to a 3. Plus 1 is back to 4 for Kenneth Davis. So it looks like I'm about out of time. My 15 minutes of free Screencast-O-Matic video software. So anyway, that is a look at my latest scoreboard for my homegrown version of APBA Football with my homemade cards using the single solo chart. Thanks for watching. This is the stats for the Bills. Here are the stats for the Colts as we enter the 4th quarter play.